Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory, where I'm still currently working on the turbo motors production line. I've kind of gotten a lot of things taken care of in between cuts. As you can see, there's now walls up around places, and I've kind of been running belts to the different areas they need to go. And I even fixed our whole production line where I wasn't producing enough of the different ingots. Oop, I'm stuck. I've even brought in all the ingots that I'm going to be needing. Like, they're all coming down here and being put into refineries. They're not turned on just yet, but you can see each line has been saturated. The only thing I haven't turned on for these is the water. Water's not turned on yet, but I'll do that here shortly. But I just wanted to give you all a quick little update, because I know the last time we were talking about this was still messed up. But it's coming along. It's sweet. It's just a big box right now. Like, oop, I took damage and kind of lagged a little bit. But it's just a big box right now. I'm still in the middle of designing it and bringing everything in. I'm just doing things as I feel the inspiration for. Oh, hey, there's a drone going. But, yep. Let me go ahead and do a little bit more work, and I'll bring you back in, hopefully, when it's ready. Alright, so we're back at our main base because I had to do a bit of restocking. But if we take a look, you can kind of see that the turbo motor factory is actually done. It's not turned on, but it's done, and it's about time we go turn it on. So, gonna take a real quick hop, skip, and a jump. Almost literally. Yep. All my other factories are still running a-okay, and you can even, oh, not from right here, but normally you can kind of see our power factory. You can see our power factories right there still running and chugging along, at least the new one. The old one is turned off. I gotta break down that structure. So, and look, actually looks a little bit better from up here than it did from down there. Weird. Actually looks bigger than from down there. Well, let's actually get out there, shall we? And this is just how I've been getting out there. I've been going through this hyper tube right here, but I have to aim for that one. If I go through those ones, I get too much momentum. But a little laggy and a little fog. Oh, I forgot to recolor the roof. The roof is still red. Ignore that. That's for later. But I'm gonna have to change that color. I don't know. Probably gonna just shift that to gray. But this is the new factory design. It's all closed in. I got all these guys going into bins. The ones down here, the deuterium ore, the iron ore, and the copper ore, right there, they're not going into bins just because they're straight from miners, whereas these are from the drones. I forgot the name drone. But yeah, we got, if we take a quick look over here, we got quartz coming in here, we got the coal in here, got the bauxite in here, and the polymer resin in there. And then they take their chutes down and then that way. And we'll take a look at that in just a minute. And then some of the stuff comes back up through these pipes. Well, pipes, conveyor, elevators. What are these? Lifts, conveyor lifts. And this is where everything ends up, just in this bin. Kind of looks like a trash can, like a dumpster at least, like this, but I'll sort this out later. Just for now, that's where it's all going to end up. So if we take a look in here, nothing's on, and you might be wondering, wait a minute, that's a light. Where'd you get that light? Well, for the eagle-eyed in the last clip, I installed a new mod, which gives me a few new things. A few different ramps, a sign, some lights, and a half-modern railing, as well as some more street light options. But it also gives me some benches, some stools, some chairs, and some conveyor hole vents, just for decoration. I'm looking at getting more deco mods, but there's actually not a lot. But let's start right here with our manufacturer. This is what's actually producing our turbo motors. And then from there, we've got our different assembly projects. Of course, you already know it's from motors, radio controlled, electromagnetic, and rotors. Now, the radio controlled is coming from up there with its whole process going on. Those lights don't have power yet, but they're acting like they do. That's weird. If I do that, this is a bug I'm experiencing. I don't know why this bug is doing this, but like, if you look, now it's acting like normal, but these ones are still messed up. I don't understand it, but either way, they'll turn on here shortly, and then I can go through and futz with them and see what's going on. But we've got our, I believe the motors are coming from right there. The radio controller coming from right there. The electromagnetic control rods are right there. And then the rotors are right there. Yeah. And then, of course, all their other processes are coming from behind. And the same with up here with the radio controlled units. See, look, the floor looks like it's lit because those are acting like they're working, but they're not working. But yeah, all this stuff is coming from the different areas right here, 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 and then down there, which this is just the aluminum casings line that runs through the bottom. But if we go ahead and go downstairs to actually look at our processing, we actually have to go all the way over here. Whoop. And the floor design is walkable. You can get to every section of the area by walking. So, hey, look, there's those vent holes I was telling you about. But if we go back here, you see this is a door on the side. Kind of feels like one of those doors that you end up seeing somebody just like standing here smoking. But if we go through here, we've got a nice little staircase down. I don't know why I was inspired to do this like this, but I was. Nothing there yet. I might put something there. But this is a little back out door for me going over to the water area. But otherwise, this leads us into more logistics, where, as you can see, the bauxite and coal overflow is just being synced immediately because I need that to be coming in constantly. Otherwise, the drone will mess up. But we've got our different various items coming from our, what are you guys called? Refineries. The refineries are sending all their items through these different pipes or conveyors and then up into there. This is where the stuff comes in, goes around to them. You can see some of this coal actually has to come right here to these foundries. And hey, look, there's these lights. Oh, I can configure them in here. Okay, that's nice. I don't have to get a control switch on them. But I've even kind of organized this. This is the iron line, the deuterium line, the copper line, and the aluminum line. And then this is the steel line, obviously. I just don't have it marked as such. But if you see, you can walk right over here. You can walk down there to go around the back or get on top of the refineries to get all the way down there. Or we can walk over, kind of look at the various different belt lines. And you can see we've got the iron, the deuterium, copper, rubber, plastic. Go down here. After the plastic, that's when we start getting into things like the bauxite. Why haven't I deleted you? You're deleted. So, back here you can see this is where the quartz is coming in, and kind of forgot I had stuffed the quartz all the way in the back here, but thankfully it is right here, so I can just send it that way and then up, then over, then up. So yeah, I got lucky with this placement being right here instead of being all the way over there, because that would have been a nightmare to convey around. But the aluminum comes in here. Goes through that pipe into the back, and then this makes the scrap, which then that water will feed back into the system. And I have, I failed. On each of these, this one's going to be unfiltered because I want it just to flow immediately through. But then it's this one right here that's capped off to only allow 180 so that the rest can come from that guy. But the next thing to do, honestly, is just to turn on the water and turn on the factory. I also forgot to delete this ladder. I used to have a way up and down right there, but it's gone now. But the way to turn on the factory, you can see these lights are powered, but the factory isn't. This line is still receiving power. And it is this line right here with all the power that I need to connect. I need to connect this to turn on the entire factory, and then I need to connect to this to turn on the water. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Whoop. Yeah. All right. Power is now being sent over to the pumps, to the water pumps anyways. Actually, it should be sending to all the pumps. So let's go take a look at that real quick. It's gonna take a minute for it to even get up here because it's pretty high up compared to where it is, but we do see them starting to fill that pipe. Hasn't made its way up here yet. Oh, it has made it into that pipe. This pipe's running. This one's not. Let me figure out what's going on with this pipe real quick. I see what happened. This pipe right here is still a level 2 pipe, and that one, just like this one, it's a Mark 2, but the rest of it's a Mark 1. So I somehow did that. This is really loud right here. Let me get back over there and wait for all the pipelines to fill up. Alright, so looking at it, looks like most of the pipes have finished filling up now. So it's time to actually start up the factory and hope that everything works okay. So, oh, nope, wrong one. This one. Let's see. Factory is now online. I see a green light, but it should be white. What's going on here, bud? Have you just not filled up properly? Oh, we got ingots going. I don't know what happened to the sound just now, but it just glitched out. Looks like it's still fine on the recording software's side, but it's gotten quieter on my end. But it actually needs to be quieter on software side too, because it's a little loud. But things are running. Iron's coming through. Majority of the iron should actually be coming through this way. Yeah. We got steel being produced. I'm having lots of lag at the moment. Why is coal happening? Oh. Oh. Time to shut down the factory. Yep. I made a boo-boo. I made a big boo-boo. Yep, this line was originally, when I first built it, it was the coal line, and I changed it to the copper line. I made big boo-boo. This is gonna be fun, because now I have to reconfigure this. Okay, give me a moment to get this sorted out. Alrighty, so it's fixed up now. Copper, not copper, the bauxite's no longer going onto this line. It is the coal. That was dumb of me, but now we can reconnect and hope I didn't screw anything up too much. Alright, back online. And again, that is the only green... Oh no, there's a second green light now. Are the green lights the underclocked ones? That's a yellow light. I see. Oh, it went white. No, this one's at... Oh, is it just because it needs, like, a certain amount over? These alclad sheets. Need to make sure that they're actually going correctly, too. We got steel going as well. Copper line's already saturated. That's good and bad? I don't know. It's moving. It's moving. Alright. Things are moving and grooving. The only thing I actually have to really watch out for is the alclad sheets, because, yeah, no, that's iron. Yeah, these are the only ones I really have to watch out for, because if that stalls like it does on almost every other project with bauxite, yeah, the whole system gets screwy. But we're in here. White, yellow lights, red lights. Why is red light? Why red? No power. Oh. Oh. That should be this one. It was not this one, but it still lets me get down in here. I forgot to connect up one of these power lines. Now that should... Yep, give everything else yellow lights. Oh, I see more red lights. Okay, why are you red? What do you mean no power? Let me get this sorted out, guys, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got most of the little things kind of fixed. I'm not seeing any more red lights, at least. I had actually forgotten several different steps. Like, I had somehow forgotten to connect one of these machines up down here. Then I had completely forgotten this machine right here. Like, this guy was supposed to be making steel beams to make steel screws, but this guy was just trying to make steel screws out of just straight steel. Yeah, no, messed up there. This guy over here, because of that, got stalled, and then, you know, he hasn't been able to make a crystal oscillator yet because none have been coming through. But he's gotten everything else up, and he should be able to start making some now. But yeah, just a bunch of little things, like some belts were connected weirdly, like this belt right here was connecting to the wall instead of the actual conveyor. So yeah, that was something I had to fix. But everything so far now is fixed and is running in some way, shape, or form. Of course, this guy is running not at all because he's still waiting on crystal oscillators. Yeah, this is still making them. So, yep, just gotta wait on the factory to really gear up and start running before we see our first set of turbo motors. So, I'm gonna wait and, well, I'm just gonna wait for that. Oh, it can't even output. Now it can. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring y'all back whenever we start getting our first turbo motor. Oh, that's the last of the radio controlled units we needed for this. Now we're just waiting on motors. Oh, we're making our first set of turbo motors. The machine over there is still not fixed yet, but the other one's essentially working double time to get us our first one. Come on, buddy. 80%. 90%. And ah, our first 3 turbo motors have finally been made after 355 hours. Yay! But that's this factory done and dusted. Well, it's operational. It's not done. I still gotta figure this out because, yeah, it's just. See? See? It's skipping this machine entirely. I gotta figure this out. Oh. Oh. I think I figured it out. I did not even see that that thing had turned sideways. Oh, that's so dumb that that's the problem. Well, yep. Well, with that actually should be the end of our little problems. I'm gonna watch this factory for a little bit, and then I will be back with you guys for another little project. So I've been looking into it, and it looks like making supercomputers, like automating supercomputers, is our next step. Because if we actually look at the miner Mark III, it's going to require supercomputers. We just got done automating turbo motors. Before that, we automated the fuse modular frames. So next up is the supercomputers. And then, like, we have steel pipes and portable miners are easy. So yeah, supercomputers looks like our next best option. And if we look at this, we've got a couple different routes we can go, 3 specifically. But this one right here is the most tempting because it's got 3 per minute and it's only technically 2 items that it needs and can be made in an assembler. But it's radio controlled units and it's cooling systems. We have not automated the cooling systems yet because we've barely gotten into, the nitrogen use. And that's kind of what we're going to need to do. It's nitrogen, right? Yeah, it's nitrogen gas and not bauxite. I was kind of worried about that for a second. But yeah. So we're looking at needing the heat sinks are just aluminum. Or, yeah, it's just aluminum and copper or aluminum and rubber, which both are fairly easy to do. Both are very big products that we're already making. And then, this one just uses more rubber, some water, and some nitrogen gas to make one. And then this is more heat sinks, more motors, which I did fix in the other factory if you're just wondering. And then some nitrogen gas, leaving out water. And it makes 2. But this is the better recipe because it's 6 per minute here. And rubber, we've got polymer resin to turn in, and water's water. So plus it uses less heat sinks. So if it does 6 per minute, it's gonna need 12 versus what is this? Just about 3. It's 2 times 2.5, so 5 times 2.5. It's just barely less. Like we're gonna need 12 versus 12.5. So yeah. Computers. And then we just did the radio controlled units. And I think we'll probably... Actually, if we can get away with it, we might just do this recipe. Yeah, I might just do this recipe because there's a spot where I'm not taking any quartz crystals. It's just the bauxite that's going to be a big issue. And I might actually end up going back out to that bauxite production and actually making that more efficient, because I can now, because I have alternate recipes. That's the wrong button. I now have the sloppy alumina solution. Because currently out there, I'm just running it on the default, the standard. And if I switch it to this one, that'll actually get me more alumina solution. Yeah, so I might do that. Or I might just go ahead and just build the damn thing. Either way, it's a new factory. That's our new plan. Supercomputers. So, this episode's already been running pretty long, so I might as well call it here and say thank you everybody for watching. I've been Dorkman191, and this has been Satisfactory. Bye, y'all.